Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Football Manager 2018. The last time we played Football Manager was with KV Mechelen. Was a good run through. I enjoyed it. However, we are now playing with my boyhood team. That is Leeds United, recently managed by Marcelo Bielsa, and we're going to try and replicate his tactics. So, hence the name of the playthrough, Bielsa's Leeds. So, let's get on with it, shall we? Formally welcome to this. I don't need to all those meetings. I don't know all about the history. So, responsible for all of that. Do I really want to be responsible for all of that? Do I want? Yeah, I do. If we're going to fine-tune our tactics, then we should probably be in charge of friendly games and such. Tactics. You want me to play as this? Well, that's not really what happens. Nope. Instead, I have been having a look, having a little bit of a tinker with both of these tactics. So we'll load these both up and we'll have a look at them. So these were the tactics before Bielsa got to Leeds that I looked into, that I sorted out team instruction, sorting out the roles of the players. Knowing that he liked to play kind of a three banks of three, or like a 3-3-1-3. He liked to play. So I envisaged something like this. As it is, however, he seems to be playing kind of a 4-1-4-1. But if you put your people out as a 4-1-4-1, it really doesn't work in the way that you want it to. This is the best representation that I found for Bielsa's tactics at Leeds. Might have to alter the register there. Instead of register, maybe an anchor man on defend. I don't know. The problem, the problem that you have with Football Manager tactics and player positions is that you're stuck. You can't put someone here, which is where Phillips kind of plays, and you can't put someone here, and you can't put someone here or here. You don't have the freedom of movement to be able to put the players when you need to put them. So it ends up with like this being the best that I could come up with. Obviously the complete wing backs on the left and right, simulating both Ayling and Douglas, bombing forward as quickly. Quick pick, Anita. Bombing forward as quickly as they can. Phillips usually in the middle. Who's putting Debok in here? Cooper, where are you? There he is. Alright, so, Cooper. Also playing European Universalis 4 in the background. Well, the music anyway, because doing all this without music, it sounds weird. Cooper and it's Berardi at the moment at the back. I have theories why Janssen hasn't turned up just yet. Why we've played 2 games without him. He's not even come on as a sub. It's to do with mind games. It's to do with testing Janssen's character. But I think Bielsa asked Janssen if he would come back early to get involved in training, because considering the culture change that's happened at Leeds, he needed to be involved. And I think he said no, because he had been at the World Cup. Not that he featured that much at the World Cup, but you know, he was away from home. And I think he refused to come back early. So this is Bielsa's way of saying, well, if you're not going to train, then you don't get the reward of playing, and you'll only play maybe cup games. I'm expecting him to play on Tuesday when we play Bolton in the cup, but Against Stoke, didn't feature. Against Derby, didn't feature. I think it'll go one of two ways. It'll either make him more hungry to become part of the squad, or he'll throw his teddies out of the cup. You'd like to think that he'd rise to the challenge, especially under a coach like Bielsa. He's only going to make him better at his game. But it's Brady at the moment, and he's doing a good job actually. Type of defender who will bleed for you, quite figuratively and literally, will bleed for you. And so yeah, not been doing too bad. He's been exposed a couple of times, but Peacock Farrell only letting 2 goals this season, both from set pieces. So these guys can't be doing a bad job, can they? Against the league favourites in Stoke, and it's not called Derby anymore, is it? It's called Frank Lampard's Derby. Yeah, against Frank Lampard's Derby. Not been doing too bad. So Phillips just in front of them. Did have him on a register in support, because the register, if we have a look, just as a description that I associate with what Phillips is doing right now. Aggressive version of deep line playmaker suitable for possession orientated teams that press high up the pitch. That is us. That is Leeds right now. Given complete freedom to dictate, wow, words are hard, to dictate play from deep positions, Register offers a dynamic and unpredictable creative outlet from behind the attack. Yeah, kind of. The problem is, we're playing just the 2 at the back. It's very... It's prone to long ball over the top counters. It might be best giving Phillips a 9-command role. And command role in defence, so he doesn't stray too far from this position. So if there is a long ball that comes over the top, he can drop back into more of a 3-man defence. Go with that. The problem with the mole being in the line is that there's no real width. There's no coverage on the pitch where I know that there is coverage. Although Phillips in the middle, Sai's in the middle, it does push these guys a little bit further out, which is where they need to be. Now we'll just go with the spine. Baker, let's put Klitsch in front of Baker. Size Bamford, Alioski, Dallas. No, Alioski to this side. We'll put Hernandez out to the right. Size, advanced playmaker, and Kamara Roof up top. Now, again, this was a tactic that I had sorted out prior to Bielsa getting to the club, judging on what he did at Marseille, Lille, over in Chile as well, Chilean national team, that kind of thing. But then this kind of went out the window to an extent. Bielsa has talked about the need for another centre back, so we might see this at a later date. And in this system, I had Roof up as an advanced forward, but in this system, having watched a couple of games now, Roof he's not isolated, not in the way that you would think a one-man striker would be isolated. He tends to come a little bit deeper. He tends to get involved in the pressing, in the movement, in the build-up play. He knows when to get forward. He knows when to slip his man and run on alone. But in the build-up play around the box, he's involved. It's no one gets carried. Everyone is expected to do the job. Everyone is expected to put in more effort than the person directly across from them. And when everybody does that, we've won. And we've won quite convincingly. So, I think we go for this, but we've also got this to fall back on if needs be. The problem's going to be finding a third defender. Football Manager doesn't think Berardi's any good at centre-back. And to be honest, a lot of Leeds fans didn't think that Berardi would be good at centre-back. A lot of Leeds fans still don't think he's very good at centre-back. Ayling, we might be able to shoehorn Ayling into that kind of role. Berardi is right-footed. We might be able to use Berardi out here as a wing-back. Although I prefer Ayling, if at all possible. Gets forward whenever possible, knocks ball past opponent. Good. Dives into tackles, not great, not brilliant. So that's the tactics side. Let's have a look at the squad. It is an updated version, not updated, it's modded. It's a modded version of Football Manager 2018 that has everybody that Leeds has at the moment. Currently, as of the 13th of the 8th, 2018. And that's my cat in the background. So what have we got? Still sold by price. Lewis Baker's in here. These, with the amount of time that I've put into Football Manager, looking at the actual stats, fair enough. But usually I'll go to the polygon first, and I'll have a look at that, and that gives an indication of how good the person, how good the player is to me. And to me, this is a League One player. So I don't know if they haven't quite got Lewis Baker's stats down, but it might be someone that we release from the club and look to bring in someone a little bit better in that position, which is a shame. He's not had a lot of time on the ball, old Baker, but he's looked promising in pre-season. Bamford, £10 million player from 5.5 million. Really? No. Might be add-ons. From Middlesbrough, of course. Bit of a nomadic striker, but he's still relatively young. Only 23 years old. High hopes for this guy. Pablo Hernandez, why are you listed? Why does the game start you as listed? I know he was kind of running his contract down to the point where we've already given him another contract. And to be honest, Football Manager head on instead of fawning Leeds fan head. I'd probably look to get Pablo Hernandez moved on whilst we can still make some sort of money off him. But no. No status set. There we go. Come on, Roof. The guy that's doing all the they shoot some distance. I don't like that. That's doing all the work at the moment up front. It's been mega impressive. I don't know what Bielsa's done to him, but yeah, been mega impressed with Roof. Jack Harrison, one of the new. This is alright. One of the loan signings from Manchester City. Linked up well with Roof in the Stoke game, down the left. Yeah, promising wide player. Forshaw's injured at the moment. Luke Ayling, already touched on that, plus Berardi. Klitsch had a bit of a nightmare season last season, ended up getting shipped out on loan. I don't know whether it was his fault really or not, but I think he had a bit of a spat with our manager last season. Ended up going back and playing in the Dutch league, which was probably the best thing for him. He got football at a decent level to come back and scored 2-2, so obviously he did something right. Calvin Phillips. Now we're playing him in a defensive midfield kind of role at the moment, but yeah, the game doesn't think that Calvin Phillips can do defensive midfield role. Now when Football Manager 2019 comes out, I can almost guarantee that he'll have green here and he'll have green in this role as well. But until then, we've got to train him up. Barry Douglas, one of the best signings that we've had in quite a long time, considering that we've got Bamford, one of the best signings that we've signed in a few years, for 3 million as well, mega cheap. Again, Polygon, it doesn't really, the stats on the Polygon, they don't really show the full story. Mr. Barry Douglas here needs more acceleration, probably a little bit more pace, probably a little bit more stamina. To be honest, the entirety of the Leeds squad probably needs another 2 or 3 stamina, maybe another 2 or 3 determination as well, considering what has been put on show the past 2 games. So brilliant in real life, but this isn't really doing him justice. These stats aren't doing him justice either. What else have we got? Tyler Roberts was signed in January of last season, but we didn't see him for a long time. Don't know what happened. There are conspiracy theories saying that he got done for drugs, therefore he had to serve quite a lengthy ban. Probably why he ended up. I think the injury was shin splints, and it's difficult to treat shin splints, so it just takes time to heal, which would tie into how do we cover the fact that this guy has been putting half the world up his nose. Or not. Calabeki ban. We'll probably move him on as soon as we can, if we can. Mr. Glassfoot over here. Jamal Blackman, guy from Chelsea. Mega tall, but as he's mega tall, I would have expected his aerial to be a lot better than his. At the moment, between himself and Mr. Peacock Farrell, I would say that Peacock Farrell is the better keeper. Don't know how long he's going to be happy with being sat on the bench though. We may get to the point where we have to release him back to his parent club. And Mr. Bailey Peacock Farrell. I do think he's better. Let's have a comparison. Shot stopping's better. Communication, I mean, there's only 1 in it. Aerial, he's better, considering that he's got a good few centimetres on Mr. Peacock Farrell. Distribution, he's a little bit better with Blackman, as is the speed, but there's no real need for the speed. Plus, he's only 20 years old. I think we persist with Bailey Peacock Farrell. What's the point in starting Jamal? We might as well start the player that we're going to develop. Right. And then the usual big players for us. Samuel Saiz, Alioski. Alioski has turned his game around. Huge. I don't like the shoots from doing this. Has turned his game around massively. He was a bit of a lightweight last season, but he's getting a lot better. A lot better. Schedule: Luton, Groningen, Camberley, whatever that is, US, Orleans. Right, fair enough. What is this? Some interesting kits there. And we start with game against Millwall. Now we will be playing the likes of Stoke City. Who else came down? Stoke, West Brom. I've just had a brain fart. And Swansea City. So it's not 2017. It's actually the 2018 season. But we have to wait quite a while before we play one of the relegated teams. Oh well. But we'll be playing a couple of friendlies. We'll be analysing our tactics through maybe 2 friendlies, and then after that we'll probably skip through to get to the Millwall game. Also, I would like to try and find an additional centre back if all possible. So, centre back, Bielsa's already said that he'd like a centre back, and I do agree with him. Go for determination of 15, and let's see what pops up. Michael Hector, 5.5 million. How much do they want for him? 2.7. And we have 1.5. Alright, okay. Well, we're not getting you, are we? Brendan Galloway, perhaps on loan. Our defending's not good enough for my liking. Still young. I mean, if you got him young, you'd probably still be able to develop him. How about expired? Also, 0 to 25. Right. Nope. Not bad. A little bit slow for my liking. Acceleration of just 10. Acceleration's a little bit better. Pace is not the worst I've ever seen. It's good in the air. Marco Miglarini. Got good heading, good jumping reach. What if I compare you to something like Cooper? Good jumping reach because you're giant. Fair enough. Half decent speed. I think I need, if we're going to play with the 3 centre backs, I want somebody who has the speed to track a runner, but also has the height to be able to cut out a long ball over the top, be able to get his head on it, either knock it back to the keeper or knock it back upfield. Or just get it out into touch. 193 centimetres. Good aerials. For free. Really good vision as well. More chance of him being in the right place at the right time. Composure's not bad. Concentration's not that bad. Could do with being a little better. Can't really play anywhere else. Alright. Oh. Apparently you can't scout the player from here. I think I'm gonna put a bid in for this guy. Am I not being able, can I not scout this guy? Oh, scouting's already in progress. I think I'm gonna put a contract bid in for this guy. What do you want? Wants $3 grand a week. Let's knock you down to 20. Let's not take the piss. I mean, £3 is... I mean, you can't get anything that will play championship games for £3. You want that? Seems happy with it. Yeah, go on then. Good determination. Doesn't have any bad player traits. Only 25 years old. His vision's really good. I'm hoping this guy with his height, his heading, his jumping reach, will be able to get himself in the right place at the right time to intercept those long balls over the top, which is going to be the downfall of this tactic. What else could I get? For free. All over the pitch. At 15 determination. No, not really. No. What about you? No. Nothing special. Nothing's gonna force anyone else out, although you're not bad. Very well rounded. Can play in that defensive midfield role. I think I'll have to compare you with the likes of Adam Forshaw. Comparable, yeah. Where have you gone? Well, I'm going to scout this guy as well. Who else could we pick up? Hypothetically. Some half decent players on a free. 172 centimeters, a little bit small. Personality being resolute is really good. Okay. That will do. Let's get, what was that? Speed. Wheelchair. Pretty much this is him being in a wheelchair. Natural fitness. How can you have a natural fitness of 19 but a pace of 5? I mean, scale everybody's pace and acceleration down to 5 and 4 respectively, and they'd have a natural fitness of 19. Everybody could walk for 19 minutes. Work rate 19. That's because he just has to walk around with his stupid pace. Who the hell is this? Once upon a time, he was at a Premier League club. Oh well. Anyway, let's get on. What else do I need to do? Let's say we're going for promotion, 5th round or 4th round. We'll get a little bit of transfer budget. Also, let's have a word with the board. Now, if I push all this up, we get 3.2 million. We make the board request for wage budget. Because now we only have 9,000 that we can spend. So they're more likely to give us increased wage budget. Left behind are our rivals. Okay. So we've got the wage budget. And then in a few days, we'll scale it all the way back into wage. So we've got 0 transfer budget. And then again, we'll ask them if they would give us some transfer stuff. Some transfer funds. There we go. As for staff, let's have a look. Staff search. We want, in terms of attributes, level discipline, motivating, and determination, all at least 15. Let's see what gets spat out. Black, Colbert, Michael Johnson. I want all of them. Yep, want all of them. We might already have all the coaches that we can, but that's fine. We can just throw some in the sea. There we go. 1500 for Mr. Black. Tony Colbert, it's a fitness coach. Let's approach you. Not for the under 18s. Actual fitness coach. Let's lock that as well. About for 800. Yep. Excellent. And Michael Johnson. Predominantly a defensive coach. He'll be at least 4 stars. 1.9? Can I get you for 1.9? Go on, you know you want to do it. There we go. I mean, we're only saving tiny amounts, but it's worth it. Alright, so that's coaches. We'll get the coaches through the door first. And that will do. Let's move on. I'll introduce myself to the squad. New Leeds manager. I know you just got rid of Bielsa, but I'm hoping to follow in his footsteps. Automatic promotion. Excellent. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave it for today. Just getting the team set up. Bring you back for the first friendly. Chances are our assistant is going to say, do you want a game with the under 23s? I will say yes, we'll play the under 23s, but our first game, the first game that you will see, will be the friendly against Luton Town. And we'll analyse the tactics, see if they are, well, see if they work. See if they work. Alright, so until then, from El Loco Leeds, do take care.